Assalamualaikum, students and friends. In today's episode, we analyze a body in simple harmonic motion, applying the energy conservation law. How do we determine the velocity and acceleration of a body oscillating in simple harmonic motion? Find out by sticking around till the end of this video. Watch and learn. The problem is a spring with a force constant K equals 200 point Newton per meter is mounted horizontally with its left end fixed, and a 0.500 kilogram block is attached to the other end and pulled to the right to a maximum displacement A equals 0.0200 meters along a frictionless surface. Find that the maximum and minimum velocities attained by the oscillating block. Question letter B. Find the maximum and minimum accelerations. Question letter C. Find the velocity Vx and acceleration Ax when the block is halfway from its initial position to the equilibrium position x equals 0. And question letter D. Find the total mechanical energy, potential energy, and kinetic energy at this position. It's illustrated in figure 1. We have a spring with a force constant K equal to 200 point Newton per meter, which is mounted horizontally with its left end fixed, and a 0.500 kilogram block attached to the other end and pulled to the right to a maximum displacement A equals 0.0200 meters along a frictionless surface. And our target variables are in part A. Okay, we are required to determine the maximum instantaneous velocity as well as the minimum instantaneous velocity. Then, in part B, our target variables are the maximum acceleration as well as the minimum acceleration of the block. In part C, we are to determine the instantaneous velocity v sub x as well as the instantaneous acceleration a sub x when the block is exactly halfway between its initial position, which is x equals the positive displacement or amplitude, all right, to the equilibrium position x equals 0. And lastly, in part D, our target variables are the total mechanical energy denoted by capital E, the elastic potential energy, capital U, and the kinetic energy of the block exactly at the same position, that is x equals 1/2 of the amplitude. Moving on to our computations, we use this general formula for finding the instantaneous velocity, Vx. It's just equal to plus minus square root of k over m, and then multiplied by the square root of a squared minus x squared. And in part A, where we are required to find the maximum instantaneous velocity of the block. Okay, this happens when the block is exactly at the equilibrium position where x equals 0. So our formula simplifies to Vmax equals plus minus square root of k over m, and then multiplied by the amplitude, capital A. That is, Vmax will be equal to plus minus the square root of 200 point Newton per meter, that's the value of K, divided by the mass, 0.500 kilogram. And then, whatever is the result of getting the square root of the quantities inside the radical sign, we'll have to multiply that by the amplitude, 0.0200 meters. So when you do our math, we actually get to possible values for the velocities. Okay, the first one is considered the minimum velocity attained by the oscillating block, all right, which is negative 0.400 meter per second. All right, this is when the block reaches the equilibrium position, all right, as it traveled or as it moved from the initial position x equals a on its way to the equilibrium position. In other words, when the block is moving to the left, hence the negative sign. Now, the other answer is considered the maximum velocity, which is positive 0.400 meter per second. All right. This is when the block continues to move to the left. All right. And when the spring is compressed and then rebounds back to the equilibrium position, that means the block is now moving to the right. And as it passes through the equilibrium position, it attains this maximum instantaneous velocity, positive 0.400 meters per second. Right? So, in as much as the surface is frictionless, so the oscillating block, okay, will just keep on moving back and forth, okay, which is a characteristic of a simple harmonic motion. In finding the instantaneous acceleration of the oscillating block, we use the formula AX equals negative quantity K over M and multiplied by the displacement X. So in part B, computing the maximum acceleration, A sub max, okay, we use the formula A max equals negative k over m and multiplied by uh, negative a, all right, where negative a is considered the amplitude, all right, corresponding to the negative displacement or maximum negative displacement, all right? So when we substitute, we get maximum acceleration equals negative 200 point Newton per meter divided by 0.500 kilogram, right? And that will be multiplied by negative 0.0200 meters. So when you do our math, we get the maximum acceleration of the block equal to positive 8.00 meters per second squared in three significant figures. Right? The positive sign for our acceleration implies that when the block is at its maximum negative displacement, all right, uh, it has its maximum uh, acceleration, all right, directed towards the right, all right, or towards the equilibrium position. Remember, in simple harmonic motion, the acceleration and the displacement always have opposite directions. If delta x is negative, acceleration must be positive. Calculate for the minimum acceleration ax, we still use the same formula, but the displacement x will now be taken as equal to the positive or maximum positive displacement, right? Which is equal to the amplitude capital A. So when you substitute acceleration or minimum acceleration equals negative 200 point Newton per meter divided by the mass 0.500 kilogram and multiplied by uh, positive 0.0200 meters. This is the value of the maximum positive displacement. So when you do our math, we get the minimum value of the acceleration equal to negative 8.00 meters per second squared, also rounded to three significant figures. In part C, we find the instantaneous velocity when the glider is halfway from its initial position to the equilibrium position x equals 0. And we use the formula Vx equals plus minus square root of k over m multiplied by square root of a squared minus x squared. So, substituting the given quantities, we have Vx equals negative square root of 200 point Newton per meter divided by 0.500 kilogram, right? And that will be multiplied by the square root of 0.0200 meter, which is to be squared, minus 0.0100 meter also to be squared. So when we do our math, we get uh, the value of the instantaneous velocity Vx equals negative 0.350 meters per second. It is negative because it is heading towards the left, right? Uh, at the same time, or at the same position, x equals 1/2 of the amplitude, we also find the instantaneous acceleration using the formula ax equals negative quantity k over m multiplied by positive x, or that will be ax equals negative 200 point newton per meter divided by 0.500 kilogram and multiplied by positive 0.0100 meter. So again, when we do our math, we find the instantaneous acceleration ax equals negative 4.00 meter per second squared. Three. We compute for the total mechanical energy of the block when it is uh, located halfway between the initial position x equals a and the equilibrium position x equals 0. That is, if x equals 1/2 times the amplitude. We know that at any position here, the total mechanical energy of the oscillating body or the block is always the same or constant, whether it is at the equilibrium position or whether it is at rest at the maximum displacement or at x equals 1/2 the amplitude. Okay, its total mechanical energy is always the same in accordance with the law of conservation of energy. All right, so in computing for the total mechanical energy, we just use the formula for finding the maximum elastic potential energy, which is 1/2 k x squared, where x, of course, is equal to the amplitude A. That is, capital E is equal to 1/2 multiplied by 200 point newton per meter and multiplied also by the square of the amplitude 0.0200 meters, which simplifies to 0.0400 joules in three significant figures. Likewise, we also determine the elastic potential energy of the oscillating block when it is at the same position x equals 1/2 the amplitude. So the formula is capital U representing the elastic potential energy equals 1/2 kx squared. That is, capital U equals 1/2 multiplied by 200 point newton per meter and multiplied by 1/2 of the amplitude 0.0100 meter, that will be squared. So this also simplifies to the amount of the elastic potential energy at that position, x equals 1/2 the amplitude. U is equal to 0.0100 joules rounded to three significant figures. The kinetic energy of the block at the same position, x equals 1/2 a, can also be computed using the formula. Kinetic energy equals 1/2 times the mass and the square of its instantaneous velocity Vx. That is, kinetic energy is equal to 1/2 times its mass, 0.500 kilogram, and multiplied by the square of its instantaneous velocity Vx, earlier calculated 0.350 meters per second. So, when we simplify, we get the value of the kinetic energy equal to 0.0300 joules, also rounded to three significant figures. And adding the elastic potential energy and this kinetic energy of the block at the position x equals 1/2 the amplitude, all right, we get the total mechanical energy equal to 0.0400 joules, all right, which agrees with our earlier answer for the total mechanical energy of the block. So indeed, our computation obeys and agrees with the law of conservation of mechanical energy. So on this note, let me say, mabuhay. Till the next episode, mashallah. Thank you very much for your indulgence. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Alhamdulillah.